Hey there everybody, it's Mr. Moose87 here, bringing you a brand new Let's Play. Yes, you heard that correctly, I am actually back to doing Let's Plays. I'll be going over a little bit more about that here in a bit, but first we are actually treated to a cool little FMV cutscene for the game I will be playing. Although well, I can talk over it, there's no voice dialogue or anything like that. The scene here, it might already be familiar to some. This video only plays, I think, in the PS1 version and the PSP version of the game I'm playing. I'm trying to keep it a secret, but of course you already have seen the title of this video whenever I've posted it, and I actually don't know when I'll post it. I'm recording this late at night, actually. It'll go up sometime soon, I am sure. But anyway, we are treated to a super cool fight from the very start here against a badass-looking dragon. Hopefully, I actually wasn't quite sure how loud that would be in comparison to my commentary, so hopefully the balance there is good. Of course, if need be, I can balance that out in future videos, but I'm not overly concerned about it. But regardless. So for this game, I am indeed playing the PSP version. And, as if it wasn't a dead giveaway as to what game it is I'm playing, we should soon have a very familiar tune playing. Probably. I'm sure we will. Oh, I mean, I know we do. There it is. This is Let's Play Final Fantasy I for the PSP. The latest version of the game, at least as far as release date goes. Well, not release date, but like consoles go and such. There's really one main reason why I'm Let's Playing the PSP version as opposed to like any other version there. And I will be going over that in a handful of minutes actually. So for this I'll be going for, of course, English language. And now, to start out here, we have 6 classes to choose from, of which we can only have 4 in our party. That being Warrior, Thief, Monk, Red Mage, White Mage, and Black Mage. Pretty much, real quick description of each. Warrior's going to be really your main DPS throughout the entire game there. They can equip heavy armor, swords, axes, all that good stuff there. They don't have any magic to speak of to start. But yeah, they're, like I said, your main DPS character there. You pretty much want to have one of these, at least one, in your party there. Thief, a lot more agile than anyone else, really. Not quite as physically strong as like a warrior or a monk there. Later on, though, they become super, super good. Pretty much like just barely weaker than a, well, the warrior and such later on there. Don't want to spoil it too much, although if you played the game, then you know what I'm talking about there. Monks, of course, are bare-fisted fighters. They really need, like, no armor whatsoever, nor weapons either, really. They do equip some very light armor that, well, I'll get to that, of course, later on. Red Mage, probably one of my favorite classes in all of Final Fantasy because I love how versatile they are. They're really decent fighters, and they can use both white and black magic there, but not the highest levels of each. I'll go over spells and stuff here with them and the other classes later on here too. But really, if you don't want to have a black mage, a red mage is a very, very good substitute in my opinion. And then of course white mage, black mage, you know what they do. These heal you, these kill things. That's pretty simple there. Now, the reason... Well, here's the thing. I'm going to go with 2 warriors, a white mage and a black mage here. Mainly because of a PSP unique glitch that I do want to show off. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I mean, play the game legit, don't use glitches, blah, blah, blah. Like I said earlier, I'm doing this LP because I want to show off the glitch. And really, I just want to do it, I mean, I want to do it for fun because it's cool to show off. And also, I love Final Fantasy I to death, one of my favorite Final Fantasy titles. And plus, I mean, like, I need more reasons to explain it, really, to justify my actions. But I just do what I want. I'm just gonna roll with it. So, we got 2 warriors, white mage, black mage here. That's a pretty standard combo for me there. Though, really, a warrior and a white mage are pretty much essential in my opinion. Everything else can be whatever you want, honestly. Though, of course, some class combos can make the game harder than others. Like, for example, 4 white mages are make the game damn near impossible, still beatable, of course. But things like this combo here, or like a warrior, red mage, white mage, black mage is super cool, or any combo like that there. So, okay, so we got our characters here. I'm going with my own name here, because I usually do that. Cloud, Rosa, and Vivi, some classic Final Fantasy names there. So, let's get to it. And got a cool little intro scene here as well. I think this scene plays out in, I think, all the versions, really, except the NES version there. Well, it's a very bare bones scene here, but like this little intro here of sorts does play out on the later versions here. Let's see, the PSP version here came out way back in 2007. It's pretty much like a graphic upscaling, really, of Origins for the PS1 there. The sprite work is super, super well done, in my opinion. This game really does have a lot of polish to it. And it's also, of course, a PSP game. But yeah, it looks really damn good, in my opinion, for the sprite work there and such. Now, this and Final Fantasy 1 also have a lot of quality of life improvements from the earlier versions there, which is kind of another reason why I enjoy playing these ones more. They're kind of more like user-friendly-ish? Can't think of the right phrase here. They're more approachable, I should say. Not that I haven't played the NES or PS1 versions there, but those ones are a lot more difficult than the GBA and PSP versions there. But anyway, we had our backstory there. Essentially, the elemental crystals are kaput, and it's up to us to restore their light. So, we have our party here of hearty heroes. What I want to do first, for some configuration stuff, turn on the dash. Cursor. Very, very important for the equipment glitch here. We want that to be on memory. I'll explain more about that later. Everything else here is pretty good. Okay, so they throw us out here, right outside this town here. Each warrior of light here had one unlit crystal amongst them. They joined together, and now they have all 4. So there we go. Here we have the town of Cornelia. And NPCs. Because it is a town, so have to be NPCs there. And, oh hey, dancer. Sure, I'll dance. That was a terrible dance, I apologize. Anyway, you'll see this line a lot, by the way. Restore the crystals to grace. So many people say that. I imagine them saying it in just a very dull tone. Although my tone there kind of sounded like the Pharaoh from Courage the Cowardly Dog, who's like, return the slab. That show freaked me out back in the day. Sage Lucan said something about finding the crescent moon. Oh, he's apparently from here, it would seem. Good to know. Rescue the princess. Well, that's going to be our first main task of the game there. Before I do any shopping, I want to just talk to all these dudes and dudettes around here. Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to talk to him there, too. The guards out here standing, well, guard, by the castle here. Don't talk to them quite yet until you actually do your shopping and such. Lady Sarah, okay, we'll have to, she's the one we have to save there. Far to the east in Harbor City of Provoca. I doubt we'll ever go there. That just sounds silly. Going to towns in an RPG. I mean, who or what does that? Anyway, weapon shop here. We have a nice little nest egg of money to start out with here. And for right now, I want to buy 2 rapiers for my warriors here, and a very important hammer for my white mage. The knife, I'm not too worried about. I mean, the black mage already has that. Staff is a little stronger, but not really worth it. The nunchaku is actually decent for your monk at very, very low levels, but after they gain like a level or 2, they will not need it. Okay, so for the glitch here, I want to give, well, first off, the rapiers to my warriors here for a little more attack power. These will become obsolete very, very shortly, I will say. But yeah, so, how this glitch works. Now, there's also a guide on game facts that I hope to remember to link in the description for this episode below. Pieces of equipment in this game have a certain numeric code or value assigned to them that are also apparently paired with other things in the game here. So like with the hammer, for example, we'll also show off how this glitch works. So you want to equip whatever certain thing as normal there, right? So like the hammer. You can essentially turn the hammer into another piece of equipment, actually, which I'll, of course, show off here momentarily. So to do that, you have two characters paired up. So I'll use Rosa here for an example. So when you have your cursor set to memory, keep her on the hammer, and then Vivi want to have the cursor be on his armor there. So just go L and R, make sure that's all good. So you want to remove the hammer from Rosa first, and then go to Vivi's armor, take off his clothes there. I know that sounds a little risque, so make sure we're good on both of there. So whenever you have the cursor on the blank weapon slot here, you want to press R and X at the exact same time. It can be a little tricky to pull off, but if you do it right, well, you'll see how it will just turn the cursor right over to there. But I also did not do the trick right. It takes a couple of tries to do it right, but okay, there you go. So essentially, yeah, the hammer and the knight's armor pretty much have the same code value there. So I just turned my hammer into a knight's armor here, which of course normally black mages and white mages cannot normally equip. So this already makes them really defensively strong, so much so they'll take only 1 point of damage from anything I'll fight, really. So to do this for other characters here as well, like, let's go back to Rosa here. Let's give her the hammer again, and once again we'll want to remove that. So let's go over to my second warrior here, Cloud, take off his clothes there. Back to Rosa, make sure the cursors here are on her weapon and his armor. Now in this case, since we're going back a character from 3 to 2, you'll want to use L and X. So there we go, turns that into the knight's armor again. And one reason also too why I have two warriors here, they didn't equip so much stuff, almost everything in the game really, by and large, so it makes it really easy to pass it from one character to the other. So like, Cloud would go to Rosa, for example, or my character would go to Vivi, or myself to Cloud. So essentially each character can be covered there with the two warriors there very easily. So let's go ahead, let's take off your clothes there as well. Because, yeah, I want the entire party to have knight's armor there. So, weapon, armor. There we go. So, knight's armor for you. And then we'll reverse that. Go to your weapon. And your... Okay, you already have the knight's armor. Okay, so you're the only one who needs it. So, we're going to do that. So, let's see. It's a little tricky. I'm playing on my keyboard here, actually, so my controls are a little bit weird. But, we'll be fine. Okay, and there we go. So now the whole party has knight's armor here, super high defense, so they are nigh invulnerable. Excuse me, for quite a while, actually. Now, other cool things you can also do. The knight's armor, and actually anything else you equip, can actually go into other equipment slots here. So you can stack up knight's armor on your helmet and gloves there too, for even more defense. But the thing is, though, do not equip this on your shield slot there, because if you do, and you're attacked in battle, and your shield block comes up there, trying to block with an armor, I think the game will just crash, actually, or freeze on you, or something like that. So just don't do that, to be on the safe side. But what I do want to do, let's go back to one of my warriors here. Let's just go helmets for you. So yeah, we can also equip this on his helmet there, actually, but then remove it right away. So, et voila, that appears right in our inventory there. And this sells for 18,000 gil. So that gets us a very nice nest egg at the start of the game here. This trick only gets more and more obscene with what you're able to do. And I will be showing off more of it throughout the game, of course, here. This is the main reason why, again, I wanted to LP this version, because it's just so fun, at least in my opinion, to be super duper OP and just wreck everything in sight. So we can sell off all our old stuff here, including the knight's armor for 18,000 gil, which that'll be all the money we need for a very long time. Now, armor-wise here, normally you'd want to buy like the leather armor for your thief. Want to keep the mages on their clothes, at least the white and black mage there. Warriors and red mages can equip the chainmail, and monks they'll want to just be with no armor there. Just a little heads up on that. And also, really, if there's anything that I don't show off with the glitch, it's either A, it doesn't turn into anything worthwhile, or B, I don't know what it turns into. I don't know what every single thing turns into with this glitch here, but the Guide on Game Facts does know about that, so if you want to check that out, again, that'll be in the description below. Now, I do want to buy some spells here. Spells in this game are pretty unique with how they work. You have 8 levels here, 8 levels of spells from 1 to 8. The more your character level increases, the more you'll be able to use. Now, in earlier versions of the game, you had only spell charges available. I think in the NES version, you only had a max of 9 for each level there. They bumped it up some in Origins, but now in the GBA and PSP versions there, you have just a solid MP pool, which that alone makes things immensely easier, so you don't have to worry about like conserving spell charges throughout dungeons there or stuff like that, whatever. So for white mages here, I want to buy Cure and Protect. Not that I really need that right now. Now, Dia, I always say Dia. I'm not sure which one it actually is. It's a really good AoE spell that only affects undead monsters, right? Normally that'd be good to buy, but coming up here very, very soon, I'll have a far better method of dealing with undead and literally everything else for quite a while. So I'm actually just going to pass on that outright. Blink boosts your caster's evasion there. Not incredibly useful, so I'll just pass on that, honestly. Also, your red mage will want to have Cure as well. Spells here, definitely want to have Fire for your black mage and red mage there too. Thunder for the black mage, and Sleep as well. Red Mage, in my opinion, will want to have Cure, Fire, and Thunder for a good balance there. Again, he can learn both sets of spells, but in his case in particular, there's only 4 spells per level here, 1 through 8. Your characters only learn 3 of each level, so you have to choose 3 out of the 4. Red Mage has to choose 3 out of the 8 that he can learn, if he can learn all 8 spells. Sometimes, though, with him being a Red Mage, he won't be able to use the more advanced spells there that'll come up in later levels and such. So later on, they do start to fade, of course, after a while when better spells show up there. But if you have a white mage and a black mage along with a red mage, then you'll be fine. They'll serve as a really good backup healer with, they did Kiraga as their best healing spell. So that plus the white mage's spells as well, then you'll be in good shape. So anyway, story, not that this game really has much of one. Pretty much, well, we have the 4 crystals here. We'll have to relight them across the world. And also, this game is kind of one big fetch quest of sorts. Well, a fetch chain of events, what have you. No, we're just 4 totally random people that popped outside the village with no warning whatsoever. And we just happen to have these 4 crystal shards on us because we bought them on eBay. I mean, where else would we have bought them from, right? Oh, okay, well, sounds easy enough. So, you know, bad guy, kidnap the princess, go kill him, and that'll be that. Okay. We have none who can match him. Surely he can't be that strong, right? I mean, his name is Garland. What's he gonna do, knock us all down when we fight him? Oh, well, gee, thanks. That's awful nice of you. Okay. Well, we have our first task, so let's get right to it. Oh, NPCs around here too, they give a little bit of backstory, if you can call it that. Pretty much, it's just like they'll say, oh, go save Sarah, and yeah, more info on Garland here. It sounded like that he was actually fairly honorable at first. I wonder what caused him to turn tail and flee and go rogue. Oh well. Okay, so anyway, yeah, that's our first task here, to go save Lady Sarah. Blah blah blah, they all say the same thing. Oh, one thing to make note of for later. I can't do it right now, but later on we'll pick up a certain item that'll let us come around this way. Well, I'm already doing that. For 400 years... Oh, 400 years ago, sorry. Gave the key to the Elfheim to hold until the coming of the Warriors of Light. Oh, well, the key, keep an eye out for that guy later. But yeah, so these doors over here are locked by the Mystic Key, sorry. And yeah, we'll get that in due time. Not right now, of course, or anytime soon, honestly. But, well, yeah, in due time. Okay, so I want to fight a couple battles here first to get a couple levels here. Really? Level 3 ought to be more than enough for what I want to, of course, have. Okay, anyway, first enemy here, a lizard. Now this guy actually is kind of really strong normally. You'll also notice a little area I'm actually fighting at right now. Is actually a little mini peninsula of power of sorts. You actually fight some stronger enemies here than you do on the other part of the continent here. So, yeah, level 1, this guy would probably wreck your shit pretty easily. But in my case, I have so much defense with the Knight's Armor, we're A-okay. Also did a ton of experience points right out the gates with that guy. And you know, good old stat gains here as well. So yeah, HP, MP, Strength, Luck, Intelligence, all the good stuff there. Now, for the mages here, they only have the Intelligence stat there. There's not like a Wisdom and Will stat like in later games there. It's just the one. Okay, so let's do a little bit of healing. Mainly for those 3, we should be fine there. So here's stat menu here. So yeah, magic level, experience. I mean, it's standard RPG fare, honestly. I don't really need to go much more into detail than that. Oh, for accuracy here, I will say, for every multiple, I believe it's 32, you'll score an extra hit in battle there. Not really so much important for your mages here, but definitely for your knights. Or warriors here, rather. Knights, well, they'll come later. But anyway, so I want to fight a couple more battles here to get to level 3. I'd say to be on the safe side, but I mean, everything deals 1 damage to us, so we're fine. But also, new enemies here, by the way. We got Goblin Guards and the Ward? That's a weird word. The Ward Wolf there. Goblin Guards are a step up from the standard Goblin there, but they only have like 18 HP or so, so they're not too bad to deal with. The Ward Wolves there have a decent more amount of HP, so I want to gain up my attacks on one of them to start. Also, I just realized I sold my White Mage's Hammer already. I kind of blanked on that. Oops. Well, I didn't buy another one. It's only 8 gil. Not a huge deal there. Oh, but also the Ward Wolf here is a step up from the standard wolf that we can also fight around here. So pretty much to start, physical attacks will work just fine. With the mages here, the Black Mage actually can do some okay damage with his knife there. But in this case here, if I had MP, I would like to use, you know, Fire or Thunder. Or even Sleep, actually, for some crowd control. But we'll be fine. These guys aren't too bad. And also of note, status ailments really aren't prevalent at all right now, so you don't need to worry about stocking up on any items there or anything. Now this battle should give me plenty of EXP for another level. Even better. That was actually way more than I thought I would get, so nice. Now the stat gains here can be a little bit random, so if you want to actually to kind of maximize your stats there and such, or at least get as much out of them as possible, you'd want to save before you get a level up, actually. So if a character would gain low HP, for example, and you want them to gain more HP, just reload your save file and just try again. Just fight another battle, and then you're good to go. Also, that battle actually gave me 2 levels there, so even better. Okay, so now we're on level 4. That's going to be plenty good for coming up here. Okay, so before we head off to the what's the dungeon? I actually don't know what it's called yet. Well, I do and I don't. I don't know if they told us in-game yet. I don't think so. But we have to go up to the north to where Garland is. Also, I was really thirsty. Been rambling on so much. Now, before I head up northward as well, I do want to buy some items here as well. I didn't really go over that. Let's see. I do want to buy a handful of potions here, like 20 will be fine. Antidotes, not that I really need them right now, but they will be handy later on. Phoenix Downs, these are super nice. These actually didn't even exist, I don't think, in the NES and PS1 versions of the game. So I want to buy just 5 of them. And sleeping bags, you just restore some HP on the field. I don't really care about that. One thing too, if characters do die and you're out of Phoenix Downs, go to the Sanctuary here to revive them. It costs like 40 gil, I think. So yeah, that's just fine. It's pocket change, really. Okay, so I want to go ahead and save up here real quick on a new file. Okay, and let's progress northward. Pretty straight shot there. We can't go anywhere else anyway for right now. But anyway, ooh, some goblins here. And I didn't buy a hammer again. Now, normally I maybe would have used sleep here, but these guys, they're so weak, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay, now you saw there too, my top warrior there, well, both warriors now are doing 2 hits per attack there. So their accuracy must be good enough to, of course, warrant, well, not warrant, good enough to make that happen. I speak words very goodly, but you guys already know that. Okay, now, I say I want to buy a hammer for the white mage here, right? And really I do, just for a little while. So let's go back to Cornelia here real quick. Let's see, it's only costs like, what, $8? Yeah, I can afford that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just to make them at least halfway decent at offense there. 31, okay, 33 and 33 for the Warriors. Perfect. So yeah, just barely passed the 32 threshold for 2 hits there. That'll be very, very helpful. Okay, now northward ho. Also, by the way, I love the world map theme here on the PSP version. It sounds just so much more robust than in other versions there. Okay, this cave over here is actually a new dungeon unique to the GBA and PSP versions, the Earth Gift Shrine. Can't do anything in here for right now besides talk to this guy. Way's been shut since the land began to decay. Oh, interesting. And, oh, that's ominous. The putrid stench of decaying earth hangs heavy on the air. Probably shouldn't breathe that, so we're gonna just leave. Yeah, we'll come back there way later on, until we're like, not until we're level like 25 or 30 or so, with much better equipment and spells there and such. So yeah, don't worry about that for right now. Oh, new enemy here, the Black Widow. These guys, they might be able to poison you. I want to say they are spiders, so I could see them doing that. I don't recall for sure. Anyway, they go down pretty easily there. Oh, there's something else I thought I was going to say. Kind of blanked, actually, on that. Must not have been that important. But anyway, here we are at the Chaos Shrine. Now, there's 4 rooms in all. Well, actually 5, rather, sorry. There's 4 to each corner of the area here. Northwest, southwest, southeast, northeast. The northeast and southeast ones we can't access right now, so don't go over there. But I do want to go to the southwest one first to pick up a very worthwhile item. That being the leather cap. I know what you're thinking. It's a leather cap. It can't be that good, right? Here's the thing, though. Going back to the equipment glitch. Here's where things get stupid with this glitch, I tell you what. So, we want to have Black Mage be on his weapon, White Mage be on the cap here. Let's remove that, and then R and X, remember. It turns into the Judgment Staff, which is a very late-game weapon, normally only equipable by Black Wizards there. Not only is it very strong physically here, it lets you cast the Flare spell for free. It hits all enemies for obscene amounts of damage right now. It's unbelievably good. Now, and also with the glitch here, what we can do, with the leather cap being equipable by everybody, we'll just pass it around to each character here for the glitch. So again, let's go to, want to have it on your weapon and your helmet there. So we want to just do R and X there. So yeah, normally warriors cannot equip the Judgment Staff there. Like I said, only Black Wizards can. But with the equipment glitch here, anybody can use it. So it's actually even good for the warriors here to double their attack power and boost their accuracy by an obscene amount here. Now, with them using Flare, how that works with spellcasting items there. It's based off your intellect. So of course having like a warrior or a thief use it isn't worthwhile whatsoever. But having a red mage, black mage, or white mage use it, it does crazy amounts of damage here. So this will want to be equipped to everybody in the party. So yeah, now even our mages can do super good damage with physical attacks there. Oh yeah, leather cap. I want to give that to the black mage actually. Mainly because he has the lowest HP, but his defense is so good anyhow, he won't really even need it. So yeah, I want to fight... Oh, perfect timing. Oh, new enemy here, also the Gigaswarm. These guys, I believe, are weak to fire. But also, as you'll see, I did not want to defend. What you want to do also, to use a spellcasting item you have equipped in battle. Go open the menu here, press up, and then you'll have your items here that you have equipped. So go to that for Flare, and Flare again. I won't need it, but... the damage we are doing is obscene. These things are so good to have already. Now, of course, this does break the game quite a bit, makes it stupidly easy, and this game is already pretty easy as is. But really, you want to do this just for shits and giggles, really, which is exactly why I'm doing it here. Now, okay, here we go. Here we go. Now, imagine that on all enemies, just wiping the field clean in an instant. It's delicious, really. It really, really is. And I love it so much. You'll be seeing the animation a lot throughout the LP. I will say I'll probably fast forward through it sometimes here and there. Well, anyway, oh, hey, here's Garland, just kinda dancing. I'm in mostly full HP. Oh yeah, by the way, the Judgment Staff, I believe, boosts your intelligence by 3? I think 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's by 3. So that's nifty. Okay, yeah, we're good. Oh, that's quite the dastardly plan there, but we're gonna have to say no to that one. Well, actually, yeah, we do. We know that you're Garland. You used to be a Knight of Cornelia. You kidnapped Princess Sarah, who's right behind you. Well, I mean... yeah, why... I'm not gonna mince words. You're gonna be a pushover. And the classic line here, "I, Garland, will knock you all down." Not the most threatening line ever. But cool boss theme here, though. I believe Garland has 100-some HP, thereabouts. Maybe a little bit more than that, actually. But really, the general strat here, any attackers would want to use, you know, physical attacks. White Mage can use Protect on any weaker characters there. That's also very, very loud in my headset. But there goes Garland. So yeah, if you're playing normally, of course, yeah, Warrior, Monk, Thief, physical attack, Red Mage can either physical attack or chip in with healing if need be. White Mage can deal with Protect on like herself or the Black Mage there. And Black Mage just go like a Fire or Thunder, either one works there. But anyway, yeah, he goes down really very easily no matter what. You pretty much, level 3 to level 4, you'll be A-okay for him. No trouble at all. Now, Garland can also sometimes drop a long sword, actually. It's actually a very, very rare drop. Didn't get it here. There have been plenty of times while I'm playing the game. I will save right before fighting Garland and just reload the file over and over and over again until I get it. It is really, really good. It has like 20 attack power, I think. So it's super good for a warrior or a red mage there. Yeah, that'll hold you over for a very long time, the launch sword there. You won't be able to buy that for like 4 or 5 towns later on beyond Cornelia. Never mind the weird crystal thing behind you, by the way. I'm sure that's not important whatsoever. Okay, and there we go. Takes care of our first mission. I'd say job well done. Oh, job very well done. I mean, we destroyed him. Oh, yeah, I guess we don't know the prophecy yet. So, okay, let's get to it. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. That sounds less than ideal. Oh, okay. Well, that's where we'll be going eventually. Okay, well, sounds good to me. Well, hey, thanks. Do 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 do. Man, that theme is just so good. The classic victory fanfare. I will never tire of it. Oh. Okay, cool. We'll keep that in mind. Now, before we leave, talk to us, Sarah here, and she'll talk to us about a lute. I can't play the lute. I don't know if any of us can, but okay. Thanks. We obtain the loot. Yeah. So first key item there. We can't do anything with that till the very end of the game. Just a little FYI on that. But oh well, it's there. Okay, and upward to the bridge. Now, it's a good thing we showed up here, because otherwise they would have never repaired this. They'd also be screwed, too, because they have nobody to go after Garland, so Princess Sarah would be lost forever. Therefore, the bridge also would be broken forever. So these guys would be stuck in Cornelia, well, forever, really. I don't know why it's so hummable to me, it just is. Oh, it's done. Sometimes you find humor in the dumbest things in life, but sometimes you have to, right? It's also a very nice bridge. Alrighty, and now coming up here we have, still to this day, one of the most iconic video game moments, really of all time in my opinion. A random battle. Timeless, I know. Oh yeah, one thing here too. Well, I'll hold on one second there. That is so damn strong, and I love it. Oh yeah, yeah. So with the cursor being set to memory there, it'll of course, well, memorize your menu choices in battle there, so you have quick access to the judgment staves there. Okay, now to the iconic moment here I was trying to allude to a moment ago. what an amazing scene, still to this day. I can only imagine people seeing that for the very first time, back on the NES version, way back in 1987, and just being blown away by that. By the first time we hear the prelude theme there, just... it's timeless. This game really is timeless. And I think also it's important to note, while I talk over Flare, this is so loud on my headset. I'll make sure I bump down the volume on that. Between episodes there. Oh my god. So the encounter rate is a thing that exists. Now, one thing to kind of save on Flare some, for one enemy here, I'm not going to use it. That's just kind of dumb, really. But also, our party can one-shot literally anything with physical attacks, pretty much. Besides, like, maybe ogres, which we'll be seeing later on, too. But the warriors can handle those themselves, actually, pretty easily, in fact. Oh, speaking of which, so let's have you go after you. Do that, and do that. But anyway, yeah, so back to Final Fantasy 1, just in general. This game is timeless. And without it, we wouldn't have Final Fantasy in general. I mean, by this point, we all know the story, how Square was nearly going out of business, and this game was like their last shot to get out of bankruptcy and such. So the original title was actually supposed to be called Fighting Fantasy, but it was already taken, so they went with Final Fantasy, and the game just blew up in sales and saved Square as a whole. Oh, here we also have Matoya, who's apparently a witch. Oh, can't see a thing without your crystal eye. Huh. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that for later on. Now, you'd think you have 2 eyes, and you're only missing 1. You'd be able to see at least partially from your other one. You wouldn't have any depth perception or anything, but you'd still be able to, you know, at least see. Or, I don't know, what do I know? But yeah, I wish I was alive, actually, in 1987, and also be old enough to play Final Fantasy when it first came out. Because I didn't play this game until way later in life, actually. Really, I don't think it was until Origins when I first played it. Because I don't think we had it for the NES back in the day. Really, the first RPG I played was Dragon Warrior 1, actually. And how old would I have been then? 5 or 6, maybe? Something like that. I don't recall for sure. Oh, hey, more levels. These are always nice to have. So what, we're already on level 6, I think? 5 or 6? 6, 7? 6? Yay! But yeah, so Final Fantasy Origins I played a little bit to start, but I didn't really get into playing the game extensively until the GBA version, which I got, I think, back in 2003 or 2004. I put, oh my god, thousands of hours into that game, and I am not exaggerating when I say that. I have played through this game countless times, with different party formations there. That's also the really nice thing about this game in general. It has such high replayability value, with all the class combos there. One of my actually favorite playthroughs I've done of this game, I went through. I still have the save file actually on my hard copy. I played through the game with 4 red mages, which was super fun. That was a really fun party. The only thing that kind of lacked was, you know, the heal spells that we'll pick up for the white mage later on there. The AoE healing spells there. I mean, of course, they each have their own Kiraj spell there to use on one another, which helped out a lot. But yeah, the AoE spells from the white mage are super handy for a party uptake there. But anyway, so from the bridge there, make your way kind of north a bit, and then to the east. And here we have a load screen and Provoca. This would be the town we heard about from earlier there. No, they need some help. Okay, well, what can I do for you? Well, they're pirates. That's kind of what they do. It's kind of their shtick, you know, right? One thing of note also I should talk about for the LP in general here. I don't know how... Well, trying to think, I don't know how many episodes I'll put up per week. I'd like to do at least 1 or 2 a week there, and I'm going to make them about an hour long each time, to kind of make up for the fact that I won't be doing as many frequent uploads there. So yeah, it might be like 1 or 2 per week there, really. I also don't know what days I'll upload them. It'll kind of just be sporadic there for a while, but it'll be fine. I'm not really worried about that. Oh, I wonder where the pirates should be. You guys know where they should be? Buccaneers. Clever. Clever. Okay, well, let's talk to this unassuming looking guy. Cannonballs of steel. Nice. Who came up with that line? Will make their bones go crunch. Okay. Well, here we have a mini boss fight of sorts. These guys can be a little tough if they gain up on your party members there. They only have 24 HP apiece, so they go down super, super quick there. Really, warriors, thieves, monks can one-shot them pretty much by this point. White mage, sit on standby to heal or use protect. Red mage can also attack or use fire or thunder. Black mage, fire, thunder, or sleep actually would be even better to start with. Ooh, leather shield drop, nice. Actually, will save some money here, actually. Not that I need it, of course. But there you go. Oh, hey, a free ship. Okay, cool. We'll take that. You obtain a ship. Okay, and then, oh, hey, well, cool. Good for you. Also, no. I don't believe you at all. Don't believe bitch lies. Okay, so here we have the leather shield. There we go. So, hey, +2 defense. Nice. Now, for the glitch here, I forget what it turns into. So, I'm gonna just try it here real quick and see what it turns into for me. If I can get it to work. Oh, wait, it might be a weapon. Okay, here we go, the Mage's Staff. So, you know, pretty good. Gives you a free fire spell. But really, I don't need it because I have a free flare. So, there you go. So, yeah. So, we'll just give that to you, just because. It's +2 defense. I don't really need it, but it's there. Okay, now, stuff to buy. You'd want to get some iron armor for your warriors here. Leather shield, of course, for them as well. And leather gloves, really for your entire party. It's only +1 defense, but everybody can equip them, including monks. So you may as well. Anything else you didn't buy earlier, like the leather armor or chainmail, is available here too, but that's really all I need there. Okay, now the leather gloves, I think, turn it into something pretty good. Oh, wait, wait, let's go that, then that. Wait. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Oh, wait, it must be a weapon here, I think. Okay, let's do that. Okay, got the Gladius here, which actually would be probably better for the warriors here. It's slightly weaker on the attack power than the Judgment Staff, but also gives them more accuracy and a little more evasion. So, actually, yeah, I will do that. So we're going to take those off of you, go back to myself, Judgment Staff, make sure you're on that, and, wait, hold on. There we go, that's better. Okay, so, not bad, not bad. Now, I believe the Gladiuses are normally only equipable by thieves and ninjas there, but of course in this case I can use them for anyone. Get leather gloves on you two. Okay, so that'll work. Sell off a handful of things here. Sell off the old knife. The hammer you actually could keep if you wanted to make more knight's armors to sell, but I'm not too worried about that. Let's see, sell off the rapiers. Sell off. Actually, no. Keep the leather cap to equip. Judgment Staff, I can actually sell these two, because I only need the 2 of them for my mages there. Okay, so let's give the leather shield... Oh, I got 2 of them? Oh, I didn't realize. I thought it was only 1. Well, neat. That'll work. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that takes care of that. So I want to buy some items too while I'm here. This shop sells some good stuff, I want to say. Ooh, that they do. Definitely buy some others here. I want to get like 10 20? 20 is good. Eye drops, East Tier Darkness. I want to get some of those for sure. And Phoenix Downs. We're okay there, I'd say. I will buy more of those later on because I will need them at some point, I'm sure, just to have as a backup. Anyway, on to the really expensive stuff, the spells. Spells in this game quickly cost a ton of money, so level grinding is required, more or less, to buy these things here. Now, level 2 spells here, a lot of them aren't that good. I will say, though, Null Shot is pretty okay. Same with Invis here. It's better than Blink. It's actually targetable on other characters here besides, as opposed to Blink, I'm trying to say. That's only castable on your, caster there. Silence, useless, Blind, it's there, I may as well, right? So yeah, spells already went up from 50 gil to 250, and they go up even more in the next town coming up here very shortly. Here we go for Black Magic. Want to get Blizzard, and most importantly, the Temper spell. This one, of course, boosts your tap power by like 10 points or so, but it also stats actually, so that's a great spell to have for boss fights and such there. Red mages and black mages will absolutely want that for sure. Weapons here. I'm gonna buy. Let's buy one thing of each here actually, just to see what they can turn into. Because again, I forget. What else I want to do is do a save state here. Because I forget if warriors can actually equip the Gladius normally or not. I want to say no. Or I want to say they do. Okay, cool. I don't mind being wrong sometimes there. Oh, wait. Let's do... Ooh, okay, got some good stuff here, actually. Got the ice armor here, which I will definitely want to equip. Really, yeah, same defense there as the knight's armor, but way lighter than it, so we get a lot more evasion from that. So let's definitely equip that on our entire team. So remove the Gladius, go to your armor, ice armor there for you, and then we're going to go to the Black Mage, back up there, go to the ice armor there, and then your case going to go from there to there, ice armor for you. Okay, cool. So then we'll get you back on your Gladius. Now, one thing of note also, if you have multiple weapons in your inventory slots here, right? Like, in this case, I have all these here. Go back to the knight's armor, go back to the ice armor for you, weapon for you. It'll just show you everything will turn into. So, like, I'm pretty sure it just goes Gladius to leather gloves, battle axe to the, wait, hold on. Yeah, so, like, it's so, yeah, so flame mail to whatever I had there before, mithril mail, blah, blah, blah. But really all I care about is the ice armor there. So there you go. So we're good there on everything else. Okay. So let's sell off some stuff here. Sell off the broadsword, battle axe. That was a kind of waste of money. Doesn't matter because I just got it all right back. So there we go. Okay, so we are done with Provoca for pretty much forever. Fled here from Melman, a town far to the west. Oh, that's no good. Okay, we'll keep that in mind for later. No, we actually can't go there for right now. We'll go there way later on. So let me think what to do here next. For longtime veterans of the game, you know what's nearby this area to the northeast here. That being the infamous Peninsula of Power. Now, my party is defensively strong, yes. The enemies up there, though, are very, very strong, and I have very, very low HP and MP and such, so I wouldn't last very long there regardless. But anyway, there's a couple tiles to the northeast there on the peninsula, where you'll fight some extremely powerful monsters. But they give you a ton of experience points and gil. That's still so loud. But I don't really need to say that every time I use it there, like I have already, but oh well. So yeah, the enemies up there give a ton of experience points and gil. And you can also drop some really good stuff there too. You can get some tents to drop up there, which restore HP and MP on the field. Enemies can also drop a Great Axe for your warriors, which is a pretty good weapon there. And also the Ice Shield, which is a very, very strong shield at this point in the game. I will go up there at some point, but not right now. What I do want to do is sail from Provoca, make our way towards the west here, to get to Cornelia, and then just go straight south for, well, our next destination. But before that, I think it's this. Wait, no, that's not it. Wait, I want to do this. I'm trying to think how to do this one little thing here on the ship. I think it's actually this one. Here we go. So pretty much you just hold X when you're on the ship here, and press O, I think 15 times, and it turns into this puzzle game here of sorts. So pretty much, yeah, these blocks here go in numerical order. You pretty much want to get from, you want to have number 1 be up top, and you know, 2 be on its right, and so on and so forth there. But I never play it, so don't worry about it. Anyway, new continent here, known as, well, I'll tell you here once we actually get to the town, before I call it an episode. So we've already done a lot done here so far. We've taken out Garland, saved Sarah, visited Matoria, already been to Provoca, killed some pirates, got a ship. And now our next goal really is, well, our main goal is, of course, to relight all the crystals here. But as we'll find out here coming up, that was one step. Literally one step, game. That was uncalled for. Anyway, that was a Cobra. I believe they can poison you, so have some antidotes handy. Anyway, here we have the town of Elfheim, and also the castle of Elfheim. Actually, before doing the town there, I'll save that for next episode. I want to find out what's all going on here. Astos' curse has put our prince into a deep sleep from which he cannot awake. Oh, that's no good. Well, okay, I'm here. I may as well. I already saved Provoca from pirates and saved Cornelia from Garland, so I can work my magic here too. Stolen to the castle and place a curse on our prince. I stole their treasures? That fiend! Well, actually, yeah, he kinda is. For 5 years? Man, that's a very long sleep, and I would love to sleep that long. I could go for that. Medicine that can rouse the sleeping, but where? Keep that in mind for a little later on there. We'll be able to do something about that. Now, Elfheim has a ton of stuff to buy. Really everything. Weapons, armor, spells, items, all that good stuff there. But I'm going to save that for our next episode there. And yeah, like I was saying earlier, I hope to do one episode of this at the very least once per week. 2 would be better. Just depends on when I'm able to record and when I feel like doing so. But with that, guys, hope you enjoyed this first episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more Let's Play Final Fantasy 1. This has been Mr. Movies 87 signing off, guys. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.